Hello, here we are in the ocean, swimming through the lovely coral teeming with life. Quite a complex ecosystem, actually. This is where the lionfish is supposed to live. This is where it is adapted to other organisms, and other organisms are adapted to it. Lionfish can be referred to as an invasive species. An invasive species is a species that is not in its natural habitat. An invasive species is usually brought to its habitat by humans. Sometimes this is an accident, but sometimes it is on purpose. Lionfish have invaded the Caribbean. The Caribbean is a series of islands off the coast of Florida. Scientists think that lionfish got almost 1,000 miles from their home when someone had several in a home fish tank and dumped them into the ocean. Now this sounds really strange because there was only several of them, so how could they be counted as an invasive species? Well, the answer to that is simply a female lionfish can lay up to 30,000 eggs every 4 days. That adds up to about 2 million eggs a year. Another reason that lionfish in the Caribbean thrive is that in the Caribbean they have no natural predators. In the Pacific Ocean, lionfish have predators that keep the population under control. As for harming humans, lionfish rarely attack, and when they do, the poison can't actually kill you, but has been known to cause vomiting and or paralysis. Lionfish are in their natural habitat. They are rarely attacked or bothered by humans. But in this case, when they are invading the Caribbean, people tried to start hunting them. The only problem with hunting lionfish is that it's very tricky, except when you go right up to a lionfish with a spear. Then they are easier to hunt. It's exactly what people do. Find lionfish on the reef and spear them. Now, when we are talking about hunting lionfish, who exactly are we talking about? Well, the people hunting lionfish are almost always divers. When the people hunting lionfish are not divers, they tend to be just standing on a pier or a boat where it's possible to spear lionfish from above. It sounds like hunting lionfish is fairly positive. One way it can be positive is because it keeps the lionfish from eating an entire species of fish. But not the whole idea is actually entirely positive, because when divers spearfish the lionfish, they tend to break the coral under and around the actual target. Not the ideal way to hunt. Some communities that spearfish even sell the fish to restaurants, which of course cooks them. To clear some confusion, the actual meat of the lionfish itself is not venomous. The only part of the lionfish that is actually venomous is its spines. There are even some companies that are devoted to hunting lionfish and recruiting people to do it. Some of the instructions that these companies provide to keep people safe are crucial to keep the divers safe. Usually divers don't hunt reef fish because that puts the coral in danger of being harmed or destroyed. Some scientists even have doubts about hunting so close to the coral. Lionfish live in coral reefs and are adapted to coral reefs and the species that also use the coral as a habitat. One of the lionfish's adaptations is their sharp spines that they use to kill their prey. So we've talked about lionfish's predators, but what are lionfish's prey? What are lionfish's prey in their natural habitat versus their invasive habitat? In the Indo-Pacific Sea, where the lionfish are natively from, lionfish eat a huge variety of things. The invasive habitat, getting food tends to be easier because nothing has adapted to their dangerous spines yet, but in their natural habitat, it tends to get a bit trickier. Lionfish are usually 12 to 16 inches in adulthood. Lionfish are usually 2 to 3 pounds in adulthood. Lionfish's lifespans are usually around 15 years long. So we know how long lionfish live, but what is their life cycle? Baby lionfish are typically born with their stripes paler than their adult stripes. Lionfish can start laying eggs at 2 to 4 years into their life. Speaking of life, this is the end of this video's life. Thank you for watching.